Listen well, traveler. There's trouble in the north. The giants are stirring. They've emerged from their hidden enclaves to spread misery across the land. Faerun is in grave danger, and someone must do something. We need heroes. We need those with courage to fight back. Protectors of the realm. Bold enough to strike out in the face of evil. Someone willing to stand against them. To stand against the giants. This will be no easy task. Will you fight back? Do you have what it takes? Listen, my friend. Can you hear it? Rolling over the plains. Crashing down the mountains. Can you quell the Storm King's thunder?
It's malleable. It's freshly bleached. We tried to make sure it
You know
was
what's gonna happen.
fucking know what's gonna happen.
It's already
It
happened.
hasn't already
Good morning,
happened.
good afternoon, or good evening. And welcome to today's episode of Tabletop Gents, where a bunch of us disgruntled veterans have lost control of our lives. So we try to take control of our fictional ones.
I didn't think he'd actually go for it. It was bait. I didn't think he'd take.
Why?
Don't worry, my
I had
little
nothing
sea
to
mouth
go.
bass. You'll take the bait. Anyway,
Who wants to give this man a dog?
Disabled Veteran is a charity that that I am personally supporting for the next year. Disabled Veteran is a charity that allows the service animals to be given to veterans who are suffering from PTSD. I think our goal is $500. I think that's what I put for my goal, $500. Yep. So anything is welcome. The link to the donation is in the chat or is in my stream. Please, if you can, go do it. If you can't, just think about us.
Keep talking. I'm gonna.
No, that's it.
What?
Hey, listen. We finally have a sponsor video. So, from the makers of My Pillow, Your Pillow. Send us your pillows. We know our pillows. Sponsored ad is going to be coming up right about now. Jimmy, you can click the video.
From the makers of My Pillow comes Your Pillow. Send us your pillows.
So you're
We'll
on the
make
stream.
them
We hide our
softer,
sponsors from everybody else on the
happier,
stream.
more compliant. Together,
We can make pillow history. Every dream, every secret, every breath. We keep them all inside the pillows.
your comfort is irrelevant. Your submission is soft. Send them. Your pillow will serve.
Your comfort.
Eventually.
Comfort is relevant. Your conviction is soft. Alright, so hey, it's just the three of us today, or it's just three of you and me. So we'll get into that. We'll get into it when we get into it. Quick maths. So let's go ahead and get started with the at least we got that audio bit before we left.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So last time on Tabletop Gents, as you guys were approaching the mountains of Iron Slag, you came across a convoy of drow who were escorting this item. After dispatching of the drow and letting one go, you find out that the item that they are carrying was this iron flask that contained a primordial fire deity. The same one that is the cause of the catastrophes that happened in Neverwinter many years ago. After taking this flask, you knew that it could not fall into the hands of the fire giants. So the plan is to cast it into the sea. Traveling back to Waterdeep, you made contact with Mert, who then chartered a ship for you all. And as you board the ship, en route to Luskan for supplies after a vicious cloud giant attack in Waterdeep, you guys are slowly approaching the point where the captain says about would be the safest part to drop this flask in. Magical chest on ship already, with the flask already placed into it, just ready to be fully sealed and cast. On the second night of being at sea, boat dreams occurred, where an apparition, real, it's still unknown, but the remnant of Sabian appeared to you all. saying that he is neither dead nor alive at the moment, and then handed you all 3 tomes. Who is allegedly written by Chaska. These tomes are heavily ciphered and enchanted magically with a bunch of means to prevent someone from reading them. The next morning, the sea is below the ship and is ready as you all confirm that the existence of these tomes in your possession. So, gentlemen, we start early in the morning here on the Kelpie's Kiss, off the coast of the Sword Coast. Where would we like to begin?
So we have not dropped the flask into the ocean yet.
You have not dropped the flask into the ocean, no.
We still have the crate.
Still have the crate. It's all below deck. There has been murmurings of from the crew about the chest itself, how they feel like there's an ominous presence on the ship. And the captain did speak to you all about how not to give in to the superstitions, not to feed into the paranoia of the crew, so that way the voyage can maintain as peaceful and as smooth as possible.
Well, I think we gotta dump it overboard then, right? It's about that time.
Are we in the right spot?
About. You guys are making your way to the spot. You probably have another half day's journey. Probably around sunset is when you'd probably reach that spot.
Got nothing to do but kill time till then.
Yeah.
Keep trying to cipher fucking journals.
Yeah, that was a hell of a boat dream.
Yeah. So 3 tomes. Just as a reminder, the first one, the Tome of Ashen Glass. It kind of is this cracked leather-bound book with an eye inside of a gear almost on the cover. There are some words that are legible and some words that are heavily ciphered. Saving was unaware of what the cipher words were, or even what what the password for it would be, or how to break the cipher itself. So I believe the journals are in everyone's inventory right now. But the sea is it's not as rough as it was the day prior. There's still some shaking here and there from the ship hitting the waves, but for the most part, the voyage right now is calm, and you guys are just in your rooms below deck.
I can do until we're in place, so.
I think I'm gonna head above deck just to watch the sea pass.
Okay. Is anyone joining you, or is anyone gonna stay up below deck?
Is this a weird dream situation where the item we got in a dream popped up in our actual backpack?
Yes, as far as you're all aware, either it was a shared dream or a real experience.
Yeah.
The only thing that gives legitimacy to any of it is that the 3 books that were given to you are physical in your hands.
I mean, I'm probably in my room staring at it, not being able to make any sense of it.
Same.
Okay. I'd say Theo probably goes back above deck to climb back into the crow's nest where Helo's keeping lookout with one of the members of the Harpers at the top of the ship. So R4, as you make your way back up the ship, you start hearing the rowdiness of the crowd above deck, whatever. Fastening sails and sweeping and mopping the water off the deck and everything. But for the most part, it seems like it's just a normal voyage.
I'm just gonna kind of stay out of their way.
Okay.
Try to stay near the side, watch over the edge.
Okay. You do notice that off in the distance, at this point the land is kind of non-existent. You guys are pretty far off the coast here. You see like off in the distance some like dark clouds manifesting off toward the north. But nothing in the immediate area really perceives danger. Wind picks up gradually here and there, just sporadic gusts. But other than that, it is fine. You being out here by yourself, R4, you do get plenty of weird looks, being what you are. As a Warforged, your kind is not really even known in this world, so you can't help but like get passing glances or like stares here and there.
I'm gonna just kind of like put my hood up a little bit more and pay them no mind, really.
Okay.
Just again try to stay out of their way.
Yeah.
Can I make a survival check? This is gonna be so weird. Can I make a survival check on that storm
Yeah.
in the distance?
Yeah. You can do survival or nature.
Let's do survival.
Okay.
I have better stats there.
24. With a 24, you know that like that storm that's off in the horizon is probably gonna hit probably sometime in the night. Because you guys are kind of sailing directly toward it. That's just like sailing toward like if you like referencing a map, you know, like you guys are heading north toward Luskin, just past Luskin to the west, just northwest of that is like Svardborg, which is where you guys encountered the frost giants. So you know, like that whole area is kind of like turbulent and icy. So that weather kind of makes sense for the area that you guys are heading towards.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Downstairs, Bo, Renee, Powwow, you guys are kind of examining these books. Is there anything like in specific that you would like to learn about the books? Powwow, I'm pretty sure like before you guys got on ship, you and R4 made a sprint for like materials in case you ever wanted to cast like a legend lore while on this ship. I think that was the specifics for it.
I sure the fuck didn't I? Oh.
Yeah, we robbed a couple places.
Oh. How would I have any idea how that would work? If it like would a legend lore on the books be a legend lore of the set or the individual books?
Rules is written, name or describe a person, place, or object. You get a summary of the significant lore about the thing you named.
I hope it's not just these are a series of books written by Chaska given to Renee in a dream.
If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed information you receive is.
There you go.
So if I got really weird with what I was asking for. Where is this stinking spell? Where is it? Important details, amusing revelations, or secret lore. If the famous thing you chose isn't actually famous, well, I mean that's really up to interpretation on what fame is.
Yeah.
Is it really legendary? Like, what determines that?
How old does something have to be before like it's grave robbing as opposed to an archaeological find?
Isn't it like 60 years?
No, it really kind of depends how white you are.
Would Indiana Jones be interested in these books? And I think the answer is no. I don't think it would work on these books.
What matter? It doesn't matter what Indiana Jones thinks. What matters is what Sir Percival Sandwich may think.
Right. And Percival ain't no bitch.
He would also
Percival
say that,
makes
like,
his own rules.
You know, once you put your drink down, it's community property. Like,
it's like a trash can outside, right?
Yeah. Once you take your shoes off, they're abandoned.
Yeah, those are communal shoes. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
For free?
Yeah, we got the grippers out for free.
Actually, we just woke up from a long rest, right?
You did.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so let me properly prepare spells. Because I'm curious to just do a simple detect magic.
Okay.
Are these books magical in nature?
So you guys did do that last time.
Okay, we already did. Okay.
Yeah, you did do those last time. Let me find specifically. So book 1, the Tome of Ashen Glass, had residual magic of transmutation. The Tome of Ember Chains had residual echoes of illusion. And then the Tome of Silent Cinders had faint necromancy magic.
Which is super interesting that they would have magic within these books of those types. Are they spell books? Do they look like, if I compare them to Bo Renee's spell book, are they made of the same material?
Don't look.
They are purely, from what you can decipher out of these, they are purely diaries. They are purely just recollections of things.
So I guess what I'd be most curious about at the moment is if these relate at all to our current mission. So if there's, just looking through it, if there's anything that would evoke giants or titans and that sort of thing. Because I think there's some things that talk about Warforged, right? Or am I making that up?
You have no idea.
Okay. Yeah.
So scanning
I'd like to
scanning through the as you scan through it, you guys can read it in its entirety with its cipher to kind of gauge context of stuff, but not really but not really anything else.
The numbers, Mason.
What do they mean?
Well, I got nothing else then. I just hyperfixate on not being able to figure it out.
Eberron? That's a...
You spell Savian's name?
Cavian.
There is one word that appears 7 times. VCZKXY. And it's somebody's name. Vizikshi begins to lean on me, not just for protection, but for companionship in entry 7. Entry 8. I silently vow to shield Vishiki from the cruelty he does not deserve. Entry 13. In the silence to carry a prayer that one day the darkness will loosen his grip and Vishiki will know the life free from Uf Mikigsub. And then after that, we start to have whole encoded entries.
The day the world breaks. Actually, I can't.
Which is
I can't
not
do that. I'm
6
on-
letters is enough for Savian or powwow, but powwow repeats letters. So, if we're
So, and then just as a reminder, if you do figure out the cipher, if you do figure out like the password, right, for it, once you successfully decipher one entry, I'll give you the rest of the book for free. The rest of that one tome, because each tome appears to have a different cipher.
That's true. This is just book 1 I'm looking at, I think.
Fuck.
With the Vishiksi.
So
I'm gonna head back down because
okay,
yeah,
you
because I also would like to look at the books.
you gotta lay of the land upstairs. You feel like everything is safe, everything is secure, so like there's no really need for you upstairs. So you begin to head back downstairs. The rest of you kind of hear like these heavy footsteps approaching the cabins again. Knowing the sound of Warforged on wood, you can assume it's R4. R4 as you enter in, like in this moment of silence and like solitude between all of the rest of the crew, the rest of you can kind of see like the battle damages that R4 has kind of been taking these last few weeks. His AC is reduced. He is in a state of disrepair. He's in a state of like serious need of maintenance, and the what was supposed to be him getting maybe a little bit repaired by a member of the church in Waterdeep kind of got pushed out of the window as for the quick departure of the ship. So there's parts of R4 that's like his like breastplating is kind of bare in certain parts, and all these other things.
And I can't mending my way to helping him out.
You could try. You for sure could try.
Well, what do you say, Ravi? You want to get weird with it? Invent new forms of medicine many thought forbidden?
Perhaps some potions to piddle in those loose joints.
Probably not the worst thing that could happen. and I'm just gonna like strip off the poncho and toss it aside.
Oh yeah. Let's see right here. I can see all the way through you. That is not good. And I'll start on like the smaller like holes and stuff that I think mending would be like more likely to work on before just trying to replace whole parts or like weld things onto him.
Just start slapping scrap metal on there.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You're only 20% magnetic now.
The Thosok School of Making Armor.
All right, so
Would you classify what Ravager is made of out of stone?
I don't like this question.
I remember back in the day, like session 1, the original icon for R4 was wooden. Because Warforged
That was the one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Because we found he was like wood and stone.
Yeah.
It looked more like a golem.
Yeah.
Wood and stone. Because I have a batshit crazy idea. If
Yeah.
the spell shape stone or stone shape.
Do we have shape metal?
Heat metal.
No.
You just
Heat metal. Unfortunately, we've retconned me into being metal.
Yeah.
Big mistake by us.
Yep. Should have saw this coming. I can't believe we've done this.
So, okay, so, Barney, are you trying to attempt to like mend or do anything with R4, or like was that just like?
I'm gonna try to mend whatever I can and see if I can like help him piece together his.
Okay, wait for R4 to get back.
My bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So R4, how do you get in position for Bowenade to try to repair you at all?
I am just gonna stand in front of him and like straight up just
T-pose.
just T-posing and let him do his thing.
Okay. Barney, I think this is probably one of the first times where you've really like gotten into the depths of like looking at R4's construction. Would you say that?
I've been curious about it, but I've never like gotten wrist deep in them yet.
Yeah. So this would be like your first time kind of like exploring this, right? And so
learning R4's
body and like learning like the internal mechanisms of what makes a Warforged a Warforged. So, how would you like to proceed, Bernay?
I mean, I think at first, kind of like not getting like super invasive, but just like the damage that he has to armor and stuff on the outside, just like going over it with my wand the same way that I would, either like mending the holes in clothing or something like that.
Okay. You do like you like walk around R4 and like just kind of get a sense of like where everything is. Through the decomposed material on his backside, you see like it's very interesting to you. Let me find my notes for it. I have a note for this.
Your ass is fascinating.
My ass is fascinating.
You see like the spider web inside of him of like glow of magic. Where are my notes for this? Did I not save this?
Is it like a lot of runes, or is it like?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay. I found it. Okay. inside of R4, you see not just metal and runes, but something else. There's like a faint, like a radiant geometry that suspends in the air within its chest, within its entire being. You see lines of light that stretch from like a single glowing center that weave outwards, like the spider web made of glass and like sparkly radiance, almost like starlight. And then each like filament is like humming faintly and is vibrating. It's almost like an echo of a heartbeat. And as you focus, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, have I seen anything that's like this before? Is it
Never.
evocative of anything?
Never. This is benign to you. This is if this is purely magic, you've never read or seen anything this intricate before. And then as you focus on the spell, when your focus sharpens, the light itself shifts. You realize that this isn't arcane circuitry. This is life. And then you sense a memory. Fragments of a thought. Echoes of commands. Something far deeper than all of this, though. It's full of longing and sorrow, purpose. This lattice pulses and then glows dim. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where are here's character sheets.
And I'll let you, because you're focused on this, I'll let you have advantage on it.
Nice. 22, I don't lie.
22, perfect. You see now that, like, it like almost envelops your mind here. This is our force consciousness embedded in all of this. The memories, the purpose, the belonging that R4 has. It is not just doesn't just reside in his what would be a brain, but throughout all of this light. Each strand of this pattern carries a fragment of itself and of R4 itself, and is held together by the weave in a delicate balance.
A magical circuit board.
Yeah. And you looking at it all, like the intricacies of it, the details of it, that if even a single strand were to break, it could unravel everything. R4's memory, his personality, the spark that keeps him sentient could just all unravel. And then with such a high Arcana check, you realize that this lattice is basically what makes up R4's soul. It's not an imitation of one, it is one. And somehow, wherever in Eberron, wherever R4 is from, the artificers there have learned how to weave a soul shape into metal. And because you had the exact DC for this Arcana check, you catch a faint shimmer beneath the lattice. It's something deeper. It's older, and it's almost like resentful toward you. It's as if something else once occupied R4. Or perhaps it still does, and it's buried beneath all this light. And for a fleeting memory, or a fleeting moment, you hear a whisper at the edge. The rest of you, I guess Powwow would be the only one in here. If you're watching this Powwow, you see Borne kind of almost go into a trance. And R4, it goes from T-posing to just limp. As Borne, you and R4, you're standing in another place, another time.
Mind link.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Mind link.
Oh no. Oh, the mind link happens.
Is there a mind to link to?
Yeah. Powell, you link to Borne, and after seeing this absent-minded just look, you've never seen Borne kind of go like. Borne's always got like something going on, or he always has a thought. This is the first time where like he's just like dazed off, like just you can tell he's somewhere else. Yeah. So all of you now are standing in another place, another time. The ground beneath you is scorched. It's mud scorched, littered with banners, half buried in ash. The sky is the color of blood and smoke. And all around you, you hear this rhythmic thunder of arcane cannons and the war cry of soldiers shouting names you don't know. You feel the cold rain on your face, and the stench of smoke and iron fills your lungs. You look down at yourself, and you see not metal hands, but flesh and blood. The armor itself of this person's broken, your leg twisted beneath you. And this wound this gashing wound at your side, deep enough that each breath just feels like it's stolen. And you hear the noise of battle fading. And only one sound remains, and it's this rhythmic hiss of like a forge nearby. You realize that you're dying. A shadow falls over you. Your vision begins to vignette and go dark. And then you hear the footsteps of something in the mud. You see someone standing over you, not a healer or a priest. It's a figure in a heavy apron with blackened leather as he kneels beside you. A stranger. He mutters words that, as far as any of you know, aren't magic to you. And in his hand, he holds a prism of red and gold crystal that hums like a heartbeat. Hold still. You'll live. Just hold still. And you try to speak, but your words fall apart into the light. And you feel something pulling from inside of you, a thread drawn taut from your chest toward the prism. And every part of you screams to stop, but your body just no longer answers. And you see yourself fall. And you see yourself rise. And then you feel nothing. Coldness. Weight. Silence. And you open your eyes and you see metal where flesh should be. You try to breathe, but your chest doesn't move, and the stranger just smiles at you. His voice echoing through like a tunnel of static. You're free from death now. You're welcome. But when you try to answer, no sound comes, only a low, hollow vibration from within this new body. And then you stagger back and you find yourself back on the ship.
What the hell was that?
That you don't know? Was that new for you?
I don't. It feels familiar, but I don't understand.
That was like under your memory. Deep down in the root.
Was that who I was? Before? Was that?
I think it was you. Kind of.
Yeah.
What?
It seems like that. I mean, it would make sense to make a warforged. You need a soul, right?
But who did that to me?
Some.
Was like, what was that? Where were we fighting? What was?
What?
Is that what Eberron looks like usually?
R4 is going to just like kind of stand up a little straighter, remember Eberron.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's hard to pinpoint a location. Think it back in your memories. It's hard to pinpoint an exact location. It could have been Seer. It could have been any of the war-torn continents or countries inside of Eberron.
Braun is always at war. There's always a battle to be fought or won or lost. It could have been anywhere.
You didn't recognize any banners, any colors.
Would I have recognized me?
You would have recognized one banner. There's a banner that you, as far as you can recollect, is a banner of House Cannith. Cannith. And you would recognize that because House Cannith was an artificing house in charge of creating the Warforged. That was their call to glory in the last war.
Okay. I'm going to relay that as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
So House Cannith were the ones who created me. The other
Seems
Warforged.
like. They were in the battle or scavenged the battle or something.
Did I work for them? I mean, before I was this. Or did they just find a corpse?
Well, you're actually a corpse, right?
Damn close to one.
And this banner,
Yeah,
by the way,
close.
was like a steel bull in front of it, like a shield of gears. From what you know, about being a warforged and being trained into the Ravager program, and just like the knowledge of Eberron, House Cannith was a dragon marked house. They possess the mark of making, which allows them to grant various magical benefits, to infuse items with magic or even repair them. So they were the premier manufacturer for Warforged and for magic items during the last war. And that is how their house became so powerful.
So we need to see if we can find any. They certainly wouldn't have abandoned their standard. Maybe we can find somebody who knows the banner, who recognizes the symbol.
But Barnett, you're able to repair the minor cracks. The gaps, the large gaps that mending wouldn't cover, you would just need material to kind of just overlay into it to mend as well, to just patch it and finish covering it up. Here on the ship, yeah, you could. You realize that you can, as long as you don't interfere with that. Let's call it a soul lattice, if you will. If you don't interfere with any of that, you can mend the outsides of R4. Will it be a precise match? No, but it will serve the purpose of re-verifying and validating R4's integrity. So here on this ship, I'm sure there's plenty of like metals and stuff like that you could probably scavenge around for to repair R4 with. I would say you need about 15 to 20 pounds of metal to repair R4. And it would probably take you about, let's say, about half a day.
Well, Ravager, we can either scavenge what we can, pieces of cannons and, like barrel rings and whatever else we can get. Or, we can wait. Pick some shields off of whoever we kill next. Just weld that onto you.
Let's fix up what we can for now. As long as we're not taking anything necessary from the crew.
Yeah. Well, let's start trying to find some spare parts.
I'm just gonna draw a spare longsword I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Add it to the cause.
Okay. A couple pounds.
Oh, I have so many of these. I just have random bullshit in my inventory. What? I have a longsword.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
You carry that?
I'm a little klepto. A silver dagger. We could throw some silver in there.
Yeah, I mean, you could use any types of metals, like coins. You could use, like, if you have currency that you're not using, like anything like that. Cooking pots, like any of this stuff. Like, yeah.
We have Ethereum.
We have bronze dragon scales.
I have a silver mace too.
All right, so we have enough stuff to make me.
Yeah. Are we using these dragon scales for something?
I think we were saving them to make armor.
I don't need armor.
Fuck it. We're not using them.
How many dragon scales do you have?
It says I have 5.
With 5 bronze dragon scales? Let me look this up.
God knows when I got these.
When did we fight a bronze dragon?
I think we made friends with a bronze dragon.
You made friends with a bronze dragon.
Oh, yeah.
These were a gift.
I would say
Look at us.
if you were to use the 5 bronze dragon scales on mending R4, you would gain resistance to lightning.
Let's go.
Not immunity, just resistance.
Just resistance. That's still fucking sick.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start soldering these sons of bitches on you.
fucking go.
So you ever wonder if,
And I would say the bronze dragon scales would you could use that for the rest of R4. Like you wouldn't need the metals. Just because you have such a large quantity of scales. And these scales are not like terribly small. So yeah, for sure. For the rest of the day, if you want to focus on that, on mending him, or like it would just take 6 hours in total.
Perfect. You gotta get your art updated. You're two-tone now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Some's a dark and steel. Some's like going to be the bronze. You're like a Duracell.
Oh,
Perfect. So, with all of that, attention may turn back to the books. While Borone is kind of vested in repairing R4 powwows or anything that you would be doing in the meantime. Or Borone, are you just doing this all at once, or like are you doing a little bit here, taking a break, going read, or?
Nope, just getting at it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I guess I'll just
Well, we have a moment.
Renee's assistant, helping wherever he needs things.
You just hold this here while I fucking wave my wand over it. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
hold the flashlight.
Hold the flashlight.
Yeah. A light cantrip on my hand.
Hold
my
it
forehead.
steady.
Fucking hold it. Grabs your head. Just fucking directs it.
Don't point the wand at me, goddammit.
Avada Kedavra. Okay, perfect. So majority of the day is spent doing this. Or majority of the daylight. It's still relatively early, so like you guys would finish this around like just after lunch, maybe like an hour or two after lunch. So you still have quite a few hours left of daylight before the sun begins setting here. While doing all this mending and repair of R4, the ship begins rocking a little bit more violently here and there as the storm eventually is getting closer and closer. R4, you probably relayed like, hey, there's probably going to be a storm tonight. When you came back below deck.
This is a shot in the dark. What do you think the likelihood is that the Storm Giant King is setting off a storm because he's pissed off about being stuck in a submarine?
Could be. Do we know that he's in a submarine?
You know that he's being held on a ship called the Morkoth.
Yeah.
Which is a squid-shaped ship that you've heard tales of from the other crew, whatever, that a storm often follows this ship.
Is that like forever, or is that just recently?
That's just the tales. Like it's like the sailors tales of this ship.
I'm probably paranoid.
Do you think that thing's on an intercept path for us right now?
No, I think that
Ridiculous.
it's. I think that it's a poor coincidence.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in this world. There's brains that'll eat your brain. There's giant worms that live under the city that convince people to like run casinos and shit. Apparently, not a lot of coincidence.
does that storm seem natural?
As I was
Yes,
saying,
unnatural boy.
yeah. As I was telling R4 earlier, the locate like the general proximity of like where that storm is, like in relation to like the Sword Coast, is a pretty prominent storm area. It's you guys are heading north toward Luskin, and then just to the northeast of Luskin is like Svardborg, where like you guys encountered the frost giants. So like that area is kind of known for like having unruly seas, or like having like winter squalls and storms and stuff like that happening. So it's not out of the norm to see that storm in that general area. I would say like at this point, you guys have been at sea for about 2 days. You guys are probably like another 2 days before you would reach the port of Luskin.
Fuck it.
Should we see if the captain has depth charges?
Fuck is a depth charge. Some Eberron shit. Our wars are mostly still fought by adventurers on competing bounties. Like,
No, that's a bad idea. We should probably check in with the captain.
All right.
yeah.
We're about coming up on when we got to dump this WMD.
Yeah, I think so too. Octo, yes.
At any point during like the investigations for the books or anything like that, by the way, you can make investigation checks every few hours to like after like looking at it for a while, to see if you can figure out what the password is, or like the keyword, or like what type of cipher it is. You just gotta let me know what you're investigating for.
I think I'll, try to. Like I said, I think I have a word clued into that I am fairly confident is like a name.
Okay.
And I think if I had to pick, I would want to roll like to try to figure out what that name translates to, or what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
That VCZKXY in book 1. Ash and Glass.
Oh, what entry is that?
Flash and Ass. So that is the entries 7, 8,
Okay.
13, 19, 20,
Okay.
22, and 28. Sorry.
Okay, I see it. Okay. Okay. So if you want, you can make like trying to figure out what this could be without like the keyword, or knowing what kind of cipher it would be pretty difficult. Not impossible. You could use context clues of what you know about Chaska versus what you're reading in the book. So just let me know what kind of check you would be making for this.
Maybe an investigation check if I can get one out of here.
Okay, and you're investigating specifically what? If the word that you think maybe it fits into the passage, or if it fits the coding.
Like Yeah, just like what that combination of letters, like whose name could possibly fit that pattern, that it's 6 unique letters. That I'm assuming that this is Chaska's diaries that he wrote,
Mm-hmm.
and not just somebody else's diary that he's in possession of. So, like, who he would be writing about that has a name that consists of, I assume, 6 unique letters, or if not, what a pattern could be there. Especially because like XYZ is in there. Yeah, it's V X Y Z, no W C K. Like, there's patterns.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and
All right.
make your investigation check.
22.
22. That's pretty good. I would say that with a 22, your investigation, it's hard to like just assign random letters to other letters, right? But I would say that you keep going back and forth between cross-referencing letters with other letters, and trying to figure out what fits where and everything like that. But that first line of the passage of the beginning of the book keep going back to it. The black and cracked. It says resin made stone, flame made eternal. Like you keep going back into that and trying to figure out what it could be. And you feel like that with that investigation, you feel like that is the answer to how to unlock this book. You feel like whatever the answer to this is may be the keyword needed for the cipher.
It's not that literal.
And then going back and forth between all the books, you realize that every single one of these books has an intro line, something similar to that.
And this isn't common?
This isn't common, yeah.
Resin made stone? That's from the...
So like book 1 says resin made stone, flame made eternal. The second one says I am no servant, no slave, I am the edge that severs fate. Like you feel like these first lines in these books is your pass key.
Before we realize that I'm bad at codes.
It's a riddle.
Yeah? What's made flame made eternal?
Flame made eternal. Nope.
While you're
Resin made stone is amber.
Flame made eternal.
do you say any of that out loud? Or are you speaking?
Yeah, this is Baronated Ravager.
Okay. When you say the word amber, a shudder of arcane, you see an arcane flux happen around the book.
It's a password.
And you realize the password is amber for the first book.
Oh,
shit.
There we go.
So now you have the pass key. Now you have to just figure out what kind of cipher it is. And upon that revelation, you hear a knock at the door.
1 second.
The captain sent me. We're approaching your destination.
Perfect.
No, actually, unfortunately, that is very important.
Pablo, you're strong. Take the box up.
I've got it. Don't worry.
No, you're going to get a hernia doing this. Sure. Let's help him out.
Yeah. So the box itself, the box is in your room. You see Powwow go up to this chest, whatever. It's probably like a 30-pound chest, and you see him just like dragging it, just struggling. Just his legs are so emaciated from being on a broom for so long. He's got no lower body strength.
I start pulling out bones. I'm just gonna make a zombie do this.
No. Not
Hip
while there are
bones
normal
connected
people
to
around,
the
please, powwow.
leg bone. Leg bones
What's the point of
connected to the
animating
connected
dead
to
if I have
the
to live
leg
30
bone.
pounds?
It's all
Leg
like,
bone's connected to the leg bone.
He's really tall.
This is a really tall guy. But yeah, I'm gonna grab the fucking. After Powwow gives up and decides he's gonna try to build a skeleton, I'm
Just a
gonna
skeleton
grab the
Yao
chest.
Ming.
Putting them together.
Yeah. So R4, like you're I would say that you're about halfway done at this point with being mended. So right now you have you just have a -1 to your AC. But yeah, you go up and like pick up the box and you just kind of look at everyone.
Go.
You feel the rest of you, like as you pick up the box, it wasn't present before or it wasn't noticed before, but there's a significant amount of heat radiating off this chest. Like the entity that's inside this flask knows what's coming and is angry.
Shit. Guys, it's a terrible idea.
would it be crazy to mind link the flask?
Yes, it would be crazy to mind link an elemental.
It would be crazy, wouldn't it?
How many other opportunities are you going to have to do this, though?
Not many.
Oh, say it again.
Well, last time he went insane, it was okay. It should be okay.
No, it was terrible.
We'll knock him unconscious. It'll be fine.
If it's him, last time it was like a demon thing. You weren't even there for this.
I vomited out a bloodborne boss last time I did
I
this.
had to fight. I basically had to solo that thing.
I don't remember this at all. Oh my gosh.
I know you don't. You were getting carried by a fucking hippogriff or some shit. Along with our unknown Zent fucking contact at this point.
Alright, I'll pass up on it.
Look, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying we need to be conscious of the fact that sometimes you can like have demon babies growing inside you.
There's
It happened one time.
Once is still too many.
just want to make sure that this thing is well sealed up, right? It's nice and tightly sealed.
So the chest itself has not been arcanely sealed yet. It is just like regularly locked.
Yeah.
You guys were holding off on arcanely sealing it until right before you throw it.
Can we like program this to have a message if anybody tampers with it?
If you want to add a glyph of warding to it, by all means.
Do I have glyph of fucking anything?
Can we put a magic mouth on it and make it say something cryptic?
That's a 3rd level spell, right?
Glyph of warding, I think, is the 3rd level, yeah.
Powdered diamond worth
What does
200
this do?
gold. I mean, if you give me the grace to have had this conversation before we prepared spells.
Sure. Sure.
This only lasts 10 days. That's ass.
Does it?
Yeah, if somebody finds it within 10 days, we're fucked.
Well, it's illusory script.
Oh no, Glyph of Warding is until dispelled or triggered.
Yeah. What level is Glyph of Warding?
3rd.
Yeah, I don't know. Sadly.
So I could do it.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then what does that one do?
Future generations.
What's the effect of Glyph of Warding?
Let's see. Explosive rune spell. Spell glyph. Do you have a spell something like Magic Mouth?
Illusory script is pretty close in a way.
So the way that the spell glyph would work is the spell would be stored in the glyph until triggered. So the 10 days wouldn't really matter because it'd be stored and just waited to be casted.
It's just so whoever activates it for 10 days, it would say on the thing,
Run.
The worst thing you can imagine is in this box. Please leave it at the bottom of the ocean where we put it.
There are unspeakable horrors within this. It's down here for a reason.
Yeah. It's an option. Do we want to combine our powers?
What's the thing, like, this is out of character, but, like, the way that, like, nuclear scientists have tried to design nuclear waste storage so that, like...
Oh my god, yes. I know what you're talking about.
Transposes all languages and is, like, so that in a million years, like... whatever species replaces humans finds it, they don't accidentally dig up nuclear waste. That's what we're trying to figure out on this boat. After having boat dreams, which is the worst kind of dreams.
For you.
Oh, I could refine the trigger.
Can I put any spell in there?
I think it's
third level.
Anything up to 3rd level.
Because we do have a scroll of teleport. That's 7th level, I think.
Oh, I could. Oh no, that definitely not 7th level. If I upcast it, it could be cast to the level. So if I cast it at like a 5th level, we could put.
You put teleportation circle.
You could put like, water walking or something like that on it, and like just make them shoot all the way up to the.
Yeah, I mean, if we made a teleportation circle, that if the glyph were to activate, the circle pops, and this thing immediately shoots to like the safest location we can imagine.
Which would be the Harper safe house.
Well, right now we are building this thing to last for like the rest of eternity.
That's true.
It's
I
like
don't know how long
70 years from now, no one knows about it, and then all of a sudden this chest shows up in a Harper safe house, and like, what is this?
Yeah.
And it's Raiders of the
It's just
Lost
a normal
Ark.
theater that the Harpers have sold.
Yeah.
Explosive rune also
put a nuke in Waterdeep.
Explosive rune does 5d8 damage. So if some common diver were to go down and pick it up, they just get obliterated.
At this point, like where you are in the ocean, it is almost guaranteed that some common diver, like this thing is going to be hundreds of feet below the water. Like
whoever gets this will have locate object and probably legend lore. So we're talking somebody who has access to high level spellcasting.
Illusory script would probably be wise.
Just the highest magic missile you could think of to break concentration on whatever they got. just
immediately get pummeled with a bunch of shit. Stops breathing underwater.
Yeah, and your water breathing, and your fucking, like I cast summon submarine. It's concentration. That was a mistake. I think if you can upcast it at 5th, I think teleportation circle, I think is our best bet, and then we teleport it to whatever we think is the safest. I don't remember what.
So this is going to be a crazy idea.
What's up? Oh, teleportation circle for the moon.
Well, all right. Well, that one idea is out. Second crazy idea. We're trying to get this fortress up and the fucking mountain near
Citadel Felbar.
Yes.
Why don't we set a teleportation circle to go up there? Well, once we have it set up, so this way, it'll suck to just restart this quest, but at least we know it'll be somewhere safe. Provided
Here's the
we
problem.
don't get sieged.
I only know like 4 teleportation circles.
Right.
I know the one in Lightbringer Theater. I know the one in shoot. I have a fucking outline of them. Here we go. Yeah. One in Everlund, Mirabar, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Loudwater. I don't even know the fuck that is. We just fuck those guys. And Yartar. So I don't think like it's those 5 options. We sent it back to Neverwinter. They made it once.
I want to say Everlund is the one that had like the Harper spell casting
Yes.
like specialties. Like that's like the wizard's tower of the Harper network.
Yeah, these are all Harper spots.
But specifically like defensively speaking, like the Lightsinger Theater probably like that
Not
one's
a
just
permanent.
that's not a permanent but the Everlund you could reasonably assume like that one's a like a foundation of like that one probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
And that could be one where we can send a note that says, hey, if for whatever reason an unaccompanied hot box shows up, like shit is going down.
We could just write a return address on this box. So if it gets teleported, contact us.
Contact.
And Everlund, and map-wise speaking, Everlund is probably like a day and a half, 2 days travel from like if you were to set up in Citadel Felbar, like for that fortress. Like it's not a far.
Oh, actually, that would work out.
I think so we'll put.
Or you have the teleportation circle to get to it, like to get to Everlund if you need it. Like
and they can reach out to me. My sending is always open. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a glyph of warding on that if anybody activates, right, it activates a teleportation circle to the circle in Everlund.
All right.
Theoro kind of comes in at this point, like, to like, hey, I don't know if you guys know, but like we're getting close.
Yes, we're doing high-level magic, Theoro.
What are we doing?
Come sit down. You're an arcane trickster. So basically what we're doing is...
Well, it's going to take an hour to cast this spell. So we're dropping it wherever an hour leaves us off at.
We can do a lap.
So, all right, so what's the plan? Theoro asks.
And I should have diamond dust because I had it for greater restoration or shit.
I have 2 uses of chalk left. So
Theoro starts like
what we're doing is we're putting
ahead.
a trap on this so that if anybody ever fucks with it in a way that would unlock it or something, right? Not just like a fucking octopus, being an octopus, but like activates the glyph of warding. It activates a trap that teleports it to safety.
Okay, and then what happens when it gets to safety?
Probably a war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because whoever gets this is going to have the resources of somebody who could start a war. And in order to do that, they would have to be so deliberate that that's what they're trying to do. Right? It's not just an octopus looking to see if there's any kind of oysters in here. It is somebody who has locate object, who has legend lore, who has a motivation to free a fire elemental. All of these things where it's like...
should they... should someone call us if it shows up at that tower?
Yes, we're going to tell that tower afterwards.
Okay, I'm going to...
Better to ask permission. Better to ask forgiveness and not permission.
Yeah. So Theoro takes out a dagger. And he starts carving into the chest. If found, call message, contact, and he starts writing all of you guys' names in it in the box.
Perfect.
All right. So.
But he writes it in thieves' can't.
Oh,
that
clever.
That way, any normal person can't just.
So I guess
Hopefully thieves' can't doesn't change.
I'll go up to the top and go to the edge of the ship and hold the box and start casting the spell. And then once the trigger's set, I'll toss it off the edge.
Okay. You also have to. The instructions for Arcane Seal have also been left with the chest. So, Beauharnais, whenever you're ready. Yeah. A scroll of Arcane Seal has been provided for you for this.
So, we'll hit that, and we'll hit teleportation circle. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'll start scrawling the little chalk, like in the margins of Powwow's glyph.
Okay. Yep. So as Powwow begins like conjuring this glyph of warding, you see like this arcane glyph begin to appear, and then you, Beauharnais, like team up, and then you start embedding it with the runes and the components and semantics of teleportation circle.
And then while I'm setting this, I'm trying to think of the trigger. So what creatures? So humanoids? What other intelligent creatures are there that could want this?
Oh, fiends?
Fiends.
How many can you list?
You set it so that only certain types can activate it. So just whatever conditions for creatures.
Goblinoids, maybe?
Humanoids,
Dragons?
fiends, giants.
Giant? Oh, yeah. Fuck those guys. We're mad at giants right now.
Dragons.
Undead?
Undead, sure. There's probably not many undead fish that would hit this.
You just send a zombie into the ocean, go find this chest.
Right? That's a good guy to not waste water breathing on. It's just like, all right, skeleton, down you go.
In fact, it'd probably be easier just to remove the types that would be in the ocean.
For brevity's sake, we'll say anything but aquatic creatures.
Yeah. Oh, if a land animal gets this thing, boom.
Yeah. Some random hippogriff dives 400 feet underwater. Then we got a problem.
Never know.
The moose trying to find some kelp.
Instead of an eagle, the hippogriff is half penguin.
Which part? Which part?
That's a good question.
Its wings are just like little flippers, just can't fly, can't take off.
Yep. Can't fly.
Hippogwin. It's a hippogwin.
Hippogwin.
So yeah, so
legs are just little flippers.
It just carries a rock. This is my rock. This is my marriage rock.
Yeah.
So you guys like gather around like the edge of the ship. There's a crowd watching you at work here. Because none of them know what's in this box. None of them know what, other than for you guys to just throw some shit over the edge of a ship. That is the only thing they know that you were here for.
Did we tell them?
The captain specifically said, do not tell them.
We'd have to bury them like it's the pyramids.
So I'm gonna take this box once they're done, making sure it is properly locked, sealed, and triggered to be delivered to Everlund. I'm gonna walk it up to the thing, and as I approach the rail, I'm gonna stop and just.
Should I just drop it, or do I?
The moisture in the air is slowly evaporating from the heat getting put off from this chest. Like the moisture and like the sea that is coating the ship is slowly like evaporating around you. Like you can see like steam rising from like the planks of the ship and everything like that. Like whatever's in this chest knows what's about to happen, and it is pissed.
You know what? I'm just gonna.
And let's just make sure that it goes down. I'll also cast Control Water, and just to make it jettison to the bottom of the ocean floor.
Okay. Yeah. So
The comet that killed the dinosaurs is about to hit whatever fucking shit is at the bottom right here.
it immediately teleports as soon as it hits the bottom.
Fucking crab.
Just
Hits
knocks
the
it open.
It goes so down so hard it fucking breaks the chest and the flask open.
Yeah, Elemental comes out, an empty chest gets teleported to Everland.
Yeah. It's just
It's
just a flask with no instructions.
Dave
Some
the
alcoholic
diver.
thinks it's just a fucking.
It's a broken box that says contact Beaurenay and fucking thieves can't.
That's the only line that survived.
It's like the
Contacts. It just says contacts.
putting flaming dog shit on somebody's doorstep.
Yeah. So as soon as this chest hits the water, and then powwow with you casting what was it? Control water.
Control Water.
Yeah. As soon and your casting of that, the box begins to sink. You see these massive amounts of bubbles begin rising to the surface as this chest just begins sinking faster and faster and faster. Eventually the bubbles stop. And now it's just in fate's hands.
Well, we did our part.
We did our part.
All right, let's go home.
Actually, I think that we're right where we need to be.
What?
Like,
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a. Maybe I'm paranoid.
And then right when you say that, Kraken tentacles come up from around the ship.
Right, like no. But yeah, R4 is going to though say maybe I'm paranoid, and then just never mind.
paranoid about what?
Well, storm, sea, that ship.
I thought earlier I was crazy for thinking that dude was on his way to come get us. That that ship was hitting us.
Okay, so I am also crazy. You know what? Never mind. Let's go home.
Oh, jeez.
Just saying, we're out in the trackless sea.
Well, if it gets to us, it gets to us.
All right.
Well, batten down the hatches.
That crashing of thunder. You all like come out of this moment of dropping this chest and realize that the storm is quickly approaching. The winds are picking up now.
We should probably go below deck, unless
It's miserable.
The-
Let's see what the cook's got going.
You hear the captain yell, "That's no squall. Reef the forescales. Secure the cargo. Let's not test the gods tonight." And you see everyone kind of scattering to secure everything down as like the waves begin crashing and overlapping itself as the ship begins to rock violently.
I'm gonna just kind of call out.
anything I can help with.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all of you for this one.
Oh, word. Okay.
As you guys begin, you feel the ship judder as it begins to turn to try to mitigate getting hit from the waves coming from the sides as it turns directly into the sea to go directly into the waves. Okay. So now this ship is now under the storm is building here. And then we will take our break here. And when we come back, we'll get into the storm that the Kelpie's kiss is kissing.
Nice.
So, all right, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, alrighty.
Oh, I didn't realize the thing was still on.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
And we're back. Okay.
We're back.
All right. So, the deck erupts into motion here. You see the sailors here, like the members of this Harper. It should be pointed out. I'm not sure if I pointed it out last time or not, but not everyone on this ship is a Harper. Like, this is a Harper ship, but not everyone on the ship is a Harper.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
So
Harper's charted it.
yes.
And the captain, I think,
and
and,
the
like, a first
captain,
mate
the
or
first mate, like majority of the upper crew are Harpers.
So the officers are Harpers.
Yes, and a few of the like a few of the members themselves are Harpers as well, but not everyone on the ship. So you see like the deck erupting into motion here. You see like you see people hauling ropes, shouting to one another through the rising winds. The thunder begins rumbling in the distance, and it's deep and steady. This thunder, like something is awakening beneath the waves. You see you feel the spray. You feel the spray like stinging your face as the ship like pitches back and forth. The sea itself is like turning black, and it's like and like the waves themselves are like creating this white foam as like claws scraping the sea. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. Get that going. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's not the right one either. We'll just fuck it. We'll do it live. All right. So, the ship is getting engulfed. It's become chaos on top of the deck. Who would like to help out with what? Is there anything like particular like you guys want to help with? For a couple, just to give you guys ideas, like we have athletics, acrobatics, sleight of hand, perception, and arcana checks that can be done during this.
I will be handling all of anything athletic.
And I just control water lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I still have it up.
Okay, so
I could help like direct the flow, I guess. Try to
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So you're able to like ease the ship out a little bit, which is helps all the water aspect, helps the ship kind of glide more peacefully, but the wind and is still ripping through everything. Perfect. Okay. The wind, like you feel like the water itself is like, think Powwow like runs to like the front of the ship and like casts his hands out to like kind of ease the waves themselves to prevent them from overtaking the ship. The winds are ripping through the sails, pulling the ship in different ways. And you see like a part of the mainsail begins to fracture a little bit from the wind pulling the sail so hard. R4, can you make an athletics check for me, DC 13, to either hold the masts or brace the sails?
I'll hold the mast.
Okay, DC 13. Perfect. You see like the cracking begin to happen in the mast as you run up to it and like you just like bear hug it and like pull it into place and just like with all your force just like holding it into place, and you're just sitting there just gripping this bad boy. The rain begins to come down and like starts slicking the planks as like you see sailors running around like and like sliding through and like slipping and catching themselves, whatever. As one sailor like falls forward and like goes over the edge of the railing, Bo Renee, if you don't mind making for a roll for Thero for a sleight of hand check to see if he can, or acrobatics check to see about like catching this sailor before he fully goes over.
Can I choose which one?
Yeah, whichever one, sleight of hand or.
Oh no!
Oh no! As Thero goes to grab
one, it's still 14.
the guy begins falling over, and Thero goes to grab the boot of this guy, but the guy just comes out of his boot completely and just goes overboard into the water.
Reboot.
And then that's what Thero says too, like free boot. So then you hear man overboard as like, yeah, people like throwing ropes over the edge, whatever, trying to like let him like try to catch this rope, whatever, stay with the ship. And you see like he manages to grab hold of the edge of the rope as these waves are just lapping him in the face, and he's like just fighting for dear life not to drown or not to let go of this rope. The thunder just begins crashing. You see this lightning just lighting up the sky. Give me a perception check, anyone.
Oh, right.
22.
Ravager beat me.
Will you just
roll? Just roll.
you just roll? Why didn't you roll? You Okay. Oh, there. Okay. There we go. All of that.
Powwow for a 1 was fantastic.
Powwow, you're sitting there focused on a on this water. You're just locked in on just making sure. This is a spell you've never really had a lot of attuned with or like used before, so like it's just taking like a lot of your mental energy just to focus on this. But for R4, you notice like while holding this mass, you're looking at the chaos around you, and you see the thunder lighting up the sky, or whatever. Just behind the darkness of these clouds, you see a shape of wings.
Oh shit.
Just for a fleeting moment as the lightning lights up the sky, and then it goes away. The shape very familiar to you as a dragon.
I'm gonna call that out.
Okay.
Yep.
Dragon.
Fucking
Starboard.
What color?
I don't fucking know. It's in the sky.
What? That's where light is.
That's where lightning is.
Where
R4,
rainbows go.
you calling out dragon sends the crew into a panic.
Fucking come on.
Fucking dick.
They all begin like loosening their grips on stuff, like focusing on like what the threat in the air could be as opposed to what the threat currently at hand is.
I'm gonna try to do something. I don't know if this counts because I'm not a sailor. But I do have military rank.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to use that to intimidate everyone just intimidate the crew, like focus to your fucking job.
What's that sound like?
Crew, eyes forward.
Okay. And like you said, like some of them kind of like lock in for a little bit, and like resecure some stuff. Perfect. You hear the waves slamming against the hull as like this goes on for hours. This storm. Powwow, like eventually, like as your spell begins to end, the waves just begin, almost like with revenge, taking over the ship. You see the large splashes of water just coming over the hull. The front of the ship just kind of just gets splattered with water as like crew members are like getting swept by it and like falling to the ground or falling to the floor. with these waves like kind of just taking their feet from underneath them. The hull itself, like the wave slamming against the hull as the wind just howls like something like it's living. And then for a heartbeat, the storm falls silent. And then the blinding flash of more lightning comes across the sky, and lightning cracks, and you see the lightning striking the ocean itself. You hear the captain yell, "By the gods, she's turning on us! Keep her steady, don't let her broadside!" As you see the captain just fighting with the wheel, just trying to keep it straight. They see like another lightning strike come down, and like this one lands probably like 50 feet from the ship itself. You guys just can't shake this feeling that like the storm just knows where you are. More crew members come up to help you, R4, as like they begin wrestling with the mast itself, like tying more ropes to it and like throwing and like securing it and fastening it to like the edges of the ship, whatever, to keep it in place. They're like the wind and the hail coming in now is like ripping through the sails, like spotting it and like ripping small holes into the sail. And then after hours of fighting against this storm, it eases. Suddenly as it comes, as suddenly as it came, it breaks. The wind slows and the thunder rolls into the distance, and only the steady, like, pattering of rain is audible onto the ship. The deck is slick with the seawater and sweat, and you see like the crew itself, like, and all of you are just exhausted from fighting this ocean for the last few hours. The captain just kind of walks up to you, is like patting herself dry on her forehead, wiping the sea salt from her brow, and just, if that's a taste of what the North has this season, we best pray that our business here be quick. Maybe on the return journey we stay closer to shore. At this point now, it's like probably like around dinner time or so. You guys like threw this chest over the edge like around like just before sunset. Now like lanterns are being lit on the deck, and there's a dark sky with wind howling and rain falling. But the storm itself seems to have subsided. All right, well, Sir Racha downstairs probably has. Hopefully, he's been tending to the food, and hopefully, there's a hot bowl of something waiting for us downstairs.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. After, I'm gonna just double check everything, make sure everyone's good, and then head down.
Okay. You can assist with some of the members, like refastening sails. You can see some crew members coming from below deck with like sewing kits and like patchworks of different things, whatever, to try to mend the sails as much as possible, so that way they don't lose too much speed from the holes in the wind and the sails not being as effective.
Used mending once today, so.
So, you see the sailors kind of climbing up the raft, the masts themselves, and like onto like the cross planks and stuff like that, and like begin like just sewing into stuff and refastening sails and retying stuff, and it seems like the crew probably has it on check for right now. As you all begin to head back below deck. R4 still yet to be completed on his mending. You now know a pass key for one of the books. And then dinner is either ready or going to be ready pretty soon.
Mission accomplished.
What the fuck was that about a dragon? You kind of say to R4 when they have a moment that like they're not surrounded by people.
Saw a dragon.
Yeah. Surely not.
What?
No, saw a dragon for real in the sky.
You know we're enemies with like what's she, a blue dragon?
I thought she controlled. She does control lightning. I thought it was ice.
It's not white dragons.
Oh, jeez.
It is white dragon. So there's a small chance that that was an ancient blue dragon. But hey, we survived.
Uh-huh.
But what's she doing out here?
By the Tempest, vaguely. Right?
You're not sure where
Or
her
next-
you're not sure where her domain is yet.
Yeah, and we are next to where the ice giants were, or frost giants. Kind of. On that side of the world. A lot of landmarks between here and there.
But Renee, you're a learned reader. You could reasonably assume that this ancient blue dragon, privy to years and years of wisdom, is not unfamiliar with being able to like locate person or anything like that. You after having an encounter with this dragon in the eye of the Oracle, as well as thwarting their plans inside of the Maelstrom, you know that you probably are in some sort of crosshairs with this dragon.
Yeah, we're in her lair, her domain. In the mountains, maybe we were safer, but this bitch is our enemy.
Ugh.
So what do we do?
Get the fuck home. If worst comes to worst, what I'll do is I will use my last use of chalk for now to get most of the circle done. And if we're getting into shit, then we get as many fucking crew members as we can down here and try to bazap back home. Let me read. See if it's limited to people, because I think teleportation is limited to people, so I don't want to use a scroll.
I think it's 10.
I thought it was the other way around. Or no. Teleportation. Are the circles just open for what, 6 seconds or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, for one round, anybody who enters. Whereas teleportation is, I mean, I don't have a spell description, obviously, so, but I think it's limited by people. So we get, see, what can we do with 6 seconds? That's going to be the Hail Mary in case we cannot get to land.
We fight to the death.
No. What? The dragon will accept those terms.
Yeah.
That's not a bluff that I'm willing to make. I don't have the cards for that. On land, maybe. Not everybody is promised an afterlife of like jerking themselves off with their deity that's themselves. Like,
Well, that's just about believing.
I think I just go to the fugue plane, bro. I don't want to die. That shit sucks.
All right, so what do we do for now?
Well, for now we have some hot fucking soup, and then I will start working on getting most of the way, done with a teleportation circle in case shit gets in case that storm fucking. Well, actually, how much lead up do we have to that storm hitting us?
About most of the day.
Okay, so if it starts to come back, I'll do that.
Because R4 noticed it in the morning when he went above deck.
Yeah. I guess none of us were paying attention on whether the storm changed.
It's hard to know.
It looked like it.
It's hard to know if R4 was speaking out of paranoia if he really did see a dragon.
Yeah. Got the added element of blue dragon added to the mix there.
You hear crew members rustling outside your doors as like you guys take this moment of reprieve to like dry yourselves off or clear the salt grime off of you. R4, you're gonna rust the fuck out by the end of this.
Grimy.
Yeah.
I'll lend you.
But you hear a few sailors talking about like, oh, the dinner's done. You hear them like passing outside your door. So, dinner's ready whenever you are.
Perfect.
So, for those of you who want to indulge in some warm food, the galley is open.
Oh, hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's no.
Let's get some chow.
The chest is no longer in your possession, so there's no need to guard your room anymore. So,
Yep. Fuck it. Everybody to the galley.
making your way into there, you smell like seasonings and like hot food. The humidity in here is thick from the warmth of the kitchen. You just like see like almost like mist coming off of a few sailors. Is like they're like coming in from the cold into this heat, whatever is like the evaporation of the cold on them. Some of them have like some like frost like built onto their wardrobe, and they're all just like huddled around each other just focus on their meals. And for the most part, it's quiet in here. As soon as you guys enter, there's like a few looks of like, we're only out here because of these guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gone so far out to sea. We could have stayed closer to, like, that's the atmosphere you're walking into right now.
Fine by me.
But you guys get in line for food. You grab your bowls and your spoons. There's a nice thick beef stew that's being served tonight with some bread. And tankards of ale are being passed around for rationing. You get in line, and Sriracha, this fire ganassi, just kind of looks at you all and is like, hell of a storm up there, huh? Oh.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Almost lost my meal here, but luckily we were able to save it. The storms were rocking the pots too much. I always got to keep a lid on things out here on the sea. Anyway, what can I get you boys? We got stew, we got bread. That's basically
Before
it.
he's gonna step out of line, and
Nothing for this lad, huh?
Yeah, he eats nuts and bolts. I think, yeah, stew and bread. Something thick, something hot.
See, like, grabs his ladle into the pot and pulls it out and just pours it all. Like, it splashes in your bowl and, like, a little bit goes onto your hand. You're just like, it's not as good as home, but it serves.
It's still good to have meat out here.
Yeah, don't ask where it came from.
Ooh, don't tell me.
But there's a general sense of, like, as you guys sit down, do you guys want to eat here? Do you guys want to go back to your room and eat?
I'll eat out here. I got nothing to hide. Except for the nature and purpose of this mission.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the corner of the room.
Okay.
I'll sit with Powwow.
Yeah. So, like, you guys find, like, this, like, the corner is kind of like away. It's, like, not as well lit or anything like that. There's, like, a small porthole by the window that you can just see, like, the waves lapping. Every once in a while, like, a splash of water hits the glass of the window. And, like, you feel, like, the rocking of the ship, the lantern swaying, shifting the light in the room. Every once in a while, the light shifting over the rest of the crew, and, like, sometimes, like, you just look up and you just see, like, you're being stared at or you're being looked at. But yeah, the soup is filling. It's warm, and it gives you a sense of coziness in this chilly night. As now that it's getting darker and darker, that cold is starting to set in a little bit more. Eventually, the galley starts emptying out as crew members are finished with their meals and they're heading back up, either down below, further below deck to get into their bunks, or heading back above deck to go relieve some of the other members so that way they can get their share of a hot meal. Depending on how long you stay in here, you see the rotation, a revolving door of crew members coming down, grabbing their food, eating, and then leaving eventually. And if you stay long enough, it just becomes you in here. So the rest of the night is up to you. At this point, it's probably a couple hours after sundown. You probably have, like, about 10 or so hours until daylight. So about 2 hours left of awake time, if for those of you who need to take a full 8 hours for a long rest. But
I guess I'd like to just stare at the horizon while I go to sleep, seeing if I can see a blue dragon.
back in your cabin or here in the galley?
Or up top if it's open.
Yeah. You definitely go up top for a while. Thero had eaten pretty quickly and went back up top to take his position in the crow's nest as another eye in the sky. Powwow, as you go above deck, you kind of make eye contact with Thero up there. Just sitting there. He's like leaned over in the crow's nest, this circular podium at the top of the main mast, and like kind of just leaned over it, just looking out to the horizon. You can tell like for Thero, like this is exciting and thrilling for him, as someone who like never really left Waterdeep before joining the party, and then as someone who has only traveled with you and never really outside the city. So being at sea is like especially on a ship, is exciting and thrilling for him. And you can kind of see it up there.
Yeah. I'll leave him be. Let him have his moment.
Okay.
Any dragons?
None that you can see.
Incredible.
But you do know that this dragon can change forms. So it could be anyone.
It could even be you.
Are there any suspiciously fast turtles swimming behind us?
No. Then you just see your goose kind of just sitting on one of the masts as well. Just like ruffling its feathers and like...
Wait,
Hold the fuck up. Goose? You naughty little scamp. Get that sweet beak over here. I will embrace Goose.
Yeah. Goose embraces you. Goose is love. Goose is life.
Is it?
I go running down the stairs. Ravi! Bo! He's back! By Jove, he's back!
Who the fuck's Jove?
I don't know.
What was the last we had
we
seen of the
begin?
goose?
It's been a while. I think you abandoned the goose in Iron Slag. I'm pretty sure. Like at the mountains
He
of...
got destroyed.
He might have gotten killed. I think he
Pretty sure he got killed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got killed by a drow.
Oh, okay.
uh,
That makes sense. Well, I mean, we know the
This
goose
is definitely
is
a
back.
different goose.
Nope. You can see he has a mole under his taint.
He? Have we
It's
sexed
the
this
same.
goose?
No.
Gotten up in the cloaca.
I've assumed.
You know,
Clearly,
Should we
it's the
not?
same goose.
But Pow Wow's like, he's got a mole under his taint and like just lifts up his fucking, just shows everyone just...
Right, I'm imagining him very excitedly just showing us goose ass.
Yeah.
No mole in sight.
100%.
It's just like a dingleberry.
Who needs
You're thinking what I'm thinking, Ravager.
dragons and riddles when you have a reviving goose?
Well,
that goose might potentially be some sort of Eldritch horror that we've allowed into the party.
what if the goose is
I-
the dragon?
You know, I thought that, but then I decided no.
You decided this for us?
Yes,
There's no way that this goose could be a spy.
absolutely
This
not.
undead monstrosity that keeps following us.
This goose has been nothing but a companion.
How?
I mean, worst
Look
case
at his
scenario, we
face.
could
I see bird eyes. I don't know.
Just these geese eyes staring into your souls.
Yeah. Goose, would you tell us if you were an ancient blue dragon who was following us?
Well, I'm
Is that,
confused.
is that a yes or a no? It's not more helpful. Let's just not say anything important around the goose.
Keep OPSEC in mind around the goose.
Yeah.
till we see the dragon and the goose at the same time.
Even then, he could be an agent of the dragon.
I'm fairly certain we
Like a
have.
familiar that reports back. No, the last time we saw the dragon was when we were in, like...
We're getting a cave
in the
torn
Tempest,
down on
right?
us.
Or yeah, that happened after. So that was a pre-goose, as far as I know. Goose was on the way to Yartar.
You got the goose in Yartar. It was
Yeah.
just after the encounter with the aboleth.
And was that was after Savian and the temple and everything?
Before.
Before. Bro, I don't know.
So much has happened.
So, Berne, if you'd like to spend the next few hours before going into your nightly trance, finishing the mending on R4, you're more than welcome to.
I will.
Or anyone else wanted to deal with the tomes or anything like that, you have like probably about 2 hours to play with before, like I said, the 8 hours required for a long rest. But I don't think anyone here really needs a full 8 hours for a long rest. So, never mind. So,
It's
Just the dude who can't dream.
Just regular, nothing weird powwow.
Last way that I would describe powwow.
so I'd
As
say,
I'm in the bed,
Yeah.
alone with Goose.
yeah, just
You're not a blue dragon, right? You would tell me if you were a blue dragon. After all we've been through. You're not my enemy. You're my friend. You're my friend.
you see like
You're my
the
friend.
you feel the goose just like ruffle its feathers and like nestle into you.
Yes, you're my friend.
You see Powwow just like get in
I'm
bed and like
convinced.
big spoon this fucking goose.
I feel
Just-
I'm the little spoon.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Goose is like nestled on top of Powwow's head. I'll say before the end of the night, R4, you're fully repaired with bronze dragon scales. So you can no longer -2 to AC, and then you are now back to normal and have resistance to lightning.
Let's go. What was my AC?
22 ish. Not sure.
I have no idea. I have to do the math for it again.
Yeah, that's fine. But Bone, that's it. That's all the immediate tasks at hand, besides whatever you'd like to do in your own personal time. Or R4, anything you'd like to do in your personal time before everyone calls it a night. Anything? Nothing?
Nope.
Perfect. R4, you stand there, a silent guardian over the room. A goose on top of Powwow's head as he sleeps. Bone, you lay in this bed, just... You don't need sleep. We like it. It's quiet for you. You feel the ship heaving beneath you all as the storm rips across, as the remnants of the storm kind of like passes over the deck. You hear the wind and the waves slamming. Lanterns are gently swinging in the room. And there's a faint thunder here and there, but nothing of impending doom to worry about. Then Beauharnais. Beneath all the salt and fear and chaos of what today had to bring, you smell something impossible to you. You smell warm bread. You smell butter that is layered with herbs. You smell a stone pot stew simmering low and slow. And you smell something you haven't known since childhood, really. And you roll over and you find yourself on a bed on top of the deck. You open your eyes just faintly enough and you turn and there she is. The short, dwarvish woman standing near the main mast, backed by a storm, literally unfazed. Hands at her hips, an apron tied around her over a storm coat. You see the rain splashing on boots, but she looks exactly how she did when you were smaller, and she towered over a stove. Your mom. Storm's got a bite, hey lad? Voice is warm as a hearth, and you feel like the feeling of home growing inside you.
I'm lucid. Can I act in it? Or
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? The storm's not safe. There's a dragon. There's a lot of shit out here.
You hear another voice from behind you. Maud said you looked a bit peaky, so we brought you stew. And you turn around and you see this other dwarven female kind of balancing a wooden mixing bowl on one hip as though she's like preparing dinner. She just grins at you and you can see there's flour on her cheek. And you see it's your sister.
What is this? Who is this?
And you see your sister like walk toward you. She lifts the bowl and you see inside the bowl glowing. It's not firelight, or it's strands of a weave swirling within a broth. Just threads of infinite possibilities moving like oil on the surface. You hear the deck creaking, and for a moment the world tilts, but around you and your dwarven family, the storm seems to just not exist. As if it was unwilling to spill a single drop of their own cooking. And your sister sits on the bed with you, and your mother comes and sits on the other side of you. And your mom hands you a small object. Just a carved wooden spoon. It's your spoon. The one that she gave you when you were young, when you insisted on helping stir every pot that you could reach. And now the spoon burns faintly with the soft gold light, like it's the same hue like of divination magic. When you know that something it shows you takes true. And she closes the finger in your spoon. She closes your fingers around the spoon. Your parents, your real parents, died in fire and fury, but we raised ye in warmth. Storms will test you, but you come from cooks, not cowards. And your sister nudges you with the elbow a little bit, and cooks know about timing way better than any wizard.
They're not so different.
Lightning splits the sky. And in the flash, for a heartbeat, you see this dragon that R4 spoke of earlier in the clouds. But it doesn't frighten you. Not this time. This feels distant. Like a memory, not what's coming forward. You smell the stew arising into your nose, the rosemary, the onion, the comfort of your childhood, really. And it wraps you and warms you, even as the rain is like splashing on your face. Your mom just looks at you. This small dwarvish woman now. To a tall elf. Still her child, though. She lifts your chin up with a flour-dusted thumb and just... You find your future, lad. But don't forget to taste of home. And as this massive wave comes over the deck, the waves crash into you and your sister and your mom. And you find yourself back in bed, in your cabin. But for a moment, the scent of warm bread still lingers in the air.
Time is it?
Somewhere between midnight and dayrise. Those wee hours of the night.
I'll go topside.
Okay.
How's the night? Is it warm, cold, raining, windy?
You get up top deck and you see like Thero kind of like bundled in this jacket, this like storm coat on the top of the rafters. It's chilly. There's a drizzle in the air and it's windy, but not a hurricane. The remnants of a storm that you guys just went through. But everything is calm on deck.
I don't have a spoon on me, do I?
You reach into your pocket. It's a small wooden spoon, familiar to you from when you were a child.
What the fuck? In boat dreams, man.
R4, you kind of saw Bernay just kind of leave without saying anything. He just gets up and walks out.
Yeah. I am going to follow him after a minute. After I'm quite certain that Powwow is going to be strangled by the goose in his sleep.
Bernay, as you begin to turn, bless you, as you begin to turn to head back down, you see R4 coming up the steps to the top of the deck.
Looked like something was on your mind.
Boat dreams.
Those dreams are crazy.
Yeah.
What happened?
My mom and my sister were here in the storm. And
R4, this is kind of like one of the first times you really have heard Bornay speak about like his family. So knowing that he has a mom and sister is not a surprise to you, but has not been talked about before, really.
You haven't really mentioned your family before.
well, they don't come out. I'm kind of happy with them being where they're at. There's dragons and dreams and cast lanterns and Modius, major heists. That's not their business. Gave me this. He'll hold up the spoon. The second time in 2 days.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
I never met my birth parents. They were adventurers too. But they knew a kindly dwarvish couple that ran a magic shop in a little hick town in Cormier. And so on a very perilous night, like we've had, I think they were the druid and the rogue, from what my mom says. They hooked up the night before they fought a dragon. And they won. Royce Redbeard was their wizard and he died. And that's my namesake, Royce. And 9 months later, my birth mom, figured that she wasn't really done adventuring. And so one of those days that they come in and hawk, cloaks of billowing and rings of protection and whatever else they can't use, they left me, a baby. And life was hard growing up. I mean, it wasn't. Eventually, that village, it didn't last. And we ended up on the road for a bit. My mom worked. My adopted dad, Hammy Hammerhand, he died. And so I was the man of the house for a while. That's part of why I'm not a very good wizard, considering everything, is that I didn't go to school with, platinum's worth of books and, wands and everything. I just kind of had to make do. And then, when school was done, I didn't really have the money to get an internship or a clerkship with someone like Laryl Silverhand or Vajra Safar, so I kind of just wandered about. I created Beauharnais so that I could get into these towns. It's like my sixth identity, Percival sandwiches and, whatnot like that. Just go to town, make some gold, get driven out by the time all the peasants get pissed off at you for doing fucking hocus pocus shit. But we kept up, and I sent money back to him so that mom didn't have to work so hard, and so that my sister could afford a dowry. And that's kind of how we met, was probably the fifth time I'd been to Waterdeep trying to just churn a little bit of gold. And I haven't really seen him in the, couple months that we've been adventuring.
Are they still in Cormier?
Mom is. Or something like that. The Cormier's western boundary is actually kind of a matter of public debate right now. My sister married a merchant, I think. I want to say he sells shellfish and shellfish accessories up and down the Chantar, like Baldur's Gate and up, but I couldn't tell you specifically. He thinks I'm a bum, and I think he's a pussy. So it's friendly.
Just try to
but...
find him one day. I'm serious.
Well,
let's track him down. See what they're doing. Check in on your sister.
I think this might be the longest stretch of time we've gone without killing somebody. It's been since Drowse, and that
it's
was
been
like
2 days. It's been 2 days.
Has it been only 2 days? Oh my gosh. Well, it's still 2 days, a long time for us to not do murder.
I was about to say, that's actually probably is the longest we've gone without killing somebody.
So, I'm fine to let them stay where they're at. Till this is done. Until I can get a nice tower in the mountains with a library and a big fuck-off Warforged. And then maybe we can start repairing relationships and making up for, missed birthdays and stuff. But until then, this is my life. It's not their life.
When you've got to keep out in Citadel Felbar, we'll see who's the bum then.
Yeah, right. Or something. I don't know. Honestly, I think the Harper's Pin is enough to be a somebody, but I was hoping the church would be that.
We've got a small fortune with us.
Getting smaller.
That's it's important that your sister sees the growth that you've done. You've built yourself into something, someone. She should see that.
She will. But first, we've got the Ordaining, we've got this Plague of Warforged, no offense. There's a lot to do. After that, we'll see how much money is left over.
Till then, back to Waterdeep.
For now. Yeah. We have to appraise what giants we can and can't fight, especially considering all the time and effort it takes to get out to Iron Slag and how hard that's going to be.
Not to mention how difficult it's going to be to track down a ship.
I think if today proved anything, it's that we're not going to do that. We're going to have to bait them. Get the ship to track down us.
We could figure out where it berths.
If it berths. Or we could just keep knocking out giants. Forced to come to us.
Do that.
Well, also Hecaton to find. I don't know what kind of clock there is on that. I hate to think that he's like, gonna die in 6 days and we don't know. But who knows?
They would have sent a ransom or something, right?
Maybe not.
Well, nothing we can do for now. Keep an eye on the storm.
Gonna head below decks.
Okay. That parting word from R4, he turns and begins heading back down. And Bernay, it's just kind of you up here. There are a few sailors here tending to stuff, continuing their repairs from earlier, but your assistance isn't needed up here, and for the most part, it's pretty quiet. Except for the rain and the wind.
I guess if there's nothing to see, I'll just enjoy it for a couple minutes and then eventually head back down.
Yep. You stand there on the deck, kind of just observing it all. Thinking about where you've come from, where you're going. The infinite possibilities that you kind of see through your divinations, and then outcomes and potentials. Then the fatigue kind of hits you a little bit, and you were interrupted in the middle of your sleep, so you take a look up to Thero in the nest, and then begin heading your way back below deck before finding yourself back in bed.
She'll need to be shit on.
And that is where we're going to end tonight. So we'll pick up next time as we continue our journey toward Luskin to gather supplies for Waterdeep. And we'll see where the dice lead us next time. So that is it for tonight. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And thanks guys for making time to come play.
Oh yeah.
And always remember, nobody can help everybody, but everybody can help somebody. So do your part. And we'll see you all next time.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be it. Everybody say goodbye now.
Bye-bye now.
Goodbye now.
Digging.